Lesson 34 is really area of the sector. Now we've done arc, which we know is I have my center, I have a radius and a radius, and really my arc was this. It's the same formula, but now we're going to look at area of a sector. So like the cheese and not the crust of that pizza. In a circle, the ratio of the measures of two central angles is equal to the ratio of the areas of the two sectors formed. Now, two sectors here just means that you have a smaller one here, a minor, and then you also have a major one here, okay? So that's what I mean by two sectors formed. We've seen this kind of lesson before when we did lesson, what lesson was it? And when we talked about arc, and that is really like lesson. Sorry guys, I'm going through. That would be arc is lesson 31. In lesson 31, we talked about arc, circumference, central angle, 360. Now the only difference here is that it's still central angle, it's still 360, but now it is talking about sector that has to do with area and not circumference. So same type of formula, and you cross multiply and divide. Now the first formula here, the first example is really straightforward. They are just saying, what is the area of the sector? Okay, so I want sector. And really, if you look at your formula sheet now, you have 9 formulas. There's only one formula that has the word sector in it. So you write that down and you fill it in. Remember, sector is like a fraction of the whole circle. So here they're actually telling you that the whole area here is 50. So they keep it easy. They tell you what the area is. You don't have to find it. They didn't give you radius. And they tell you that the central angle is 120 degrees. So nice and clear, cross multiply, divide by 360. And this here, of course, I always have that little line there. I'm looking for the area of the sector. And that answer is 16.75. It is an area, so centimeters squared. That's super straightforward. The next question, it's actually giving you the area of the sector. It's giving you diameter. We know from diameter you can also get radius. And the question mark here is, what is the central angle? No problem. Now they can obviously put all this information also in a real circle also. So in my case here, I'm looking for central angle. 360 never changes. I need to fill in my sector point, right? That's my sector. And I need to find my area. The only way to find area, if they didn't give it to me, is plug in radius, which I have, right over here. I have my radius because I cut my diameter in half. So my radius is 1 squared. Now I have two formulas inside of one formula. So if I say 1 times 1 times pi, that's going to give me 3.14 rounded properly. Now that I have my cross, and I multiply and divide by 314. This here gives me a final answer. Central angle, 90 degrees. Next page, example 3 and 4, a little bit more challenging because they're more multi-step now. So you need to look at all your formulas that you have on your pink formula sheet. Now the main question, big fat paragraph, you're going to pull out the information that the area of the sector is this much. Central angle is 45 degrees, and they're looking for radius or diameter. Now, if they're looking for radius or diameter, that means that in this question, I'm not finding sector, I'm not finding arc, but if I want to find, let's say I pick on radius, okay? I want to find radius. Look at your formula sheet. The only formulas that you have for radius would be circumference divided by 2 pi, or you have find radius by doing the square root of the area divided by pi. So you have one or the other. Now, if I look at the information they actually gave me, that actually all fits into the sector because they gave me sector, area, central angle, and 360. So if I plug everything in, I can then use my area that's missing to actually use in the real formula that I need. So my central angle is 45, 360 never changes. My sector is 9.82, and my A is my missing part of the proportion here. So when I cross multiply and divide, I get area is 78.56. Important to be rounding properly. So my A, my area, so therefore I know I'm not using this radius formula, but I'm using this radius formula. So you're going to rewrite that with the 78.56 in there divided by pi. Now, careful calculator here, guys. Remember previous lesson how we have to solve that properly, so go plug that in. Square root 78.56 divided by pi. Do that properly on your calculator, and you will get radius is equal to 5, rounded properly. If they're asking you for diameter, super easy, right? 5 times 2. 10. And it is a measuring unit, so they talk about meters here, not area. Radius and diameter are a length. Last question. This question is actually going to use 4 different formulas. Always read through your question, pull out the information that's important. Radius is 21. Central angle here, arc is 11. I don't have the central angle. Central angle is missing. And they're asking you what is the area of the sector. So you have radius is 21, you have arc is 11, you don't have the central angle, and your main question is what is the sector? So at the bottom of your page, usually there's always that line, right? Bottom of your page, your main question is find the sector. I'm going to work backwards. The only way for me to find sector is this formula. Over area, central angle, 360. Let's see what we can fill in. Central angle, I know by my little mini notes over here, I don't have central angle. I'm missing it. I need to find it. Sector is your main X to find your answer. And area, I can easily find area, right? By doing pi, because they gave me radius, is 21 squared. I can multiply that up, 21 times pi. I get 1385.44 properly, but I'm missing central angle. But I want to know what else they actually gave me in this question. So I need to find central angle somehow. The only thing, so sector I've dealt with. It's in my question. It's in my formula. Arc I haven't used yet. Radius I used to find area, and I can also use it to find circumference. And central angle is really what I'm missing. So actually, they've given me arc. So let's go plug in arc measurement where it's supposed to be. And you're going to see how everything falls into place. So if I do it this way, central angle is really what I'm looking for to plug into my real formula. 360 I have, arc is 11, and circumference, super easy to find because I have radius, it's 21. So first thing, multiply up your circumference. My circumference is 131.95. When I say 2 times pi times 21, now I'm able to cross multiply and divide. When I do that, so go back up here, right? Cross multiply, divide by the 131.95. I get a central angle of 30 degrees. Actually, it's 30. Really, I believe it shows up as 30.01, and I'm always telling you to make sure to use exactly what you get, rounded properly. So I'm going to use that 30.01 here to be picky, and then I can nice and easy cross, multiply, and divide my last formula, and my final answer is 115.49 for the sector, centimeters squared. So notice I'm using a sector formula, I'm using area formula, I'm using circumference formula, and I'm using arc formula. So I'm using 4 formulas in that question, okay?